welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Council. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to facilitate this event. We do it every third Tuesday of the month, and we now do it at 9 a.m. Give you a little extra time to get up, get stretched, and get on down here to the Port St. Lucie Community Center right here on Aroso Boulevard across from City Hall. It's free, it's open to the public. We throw in coffee in Danish from our good friends from Steamworks Coffee Bar. And now, exciting announcement, if you haven't heard, I'm gonna break the news. They have acquired the Crepe Place on Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Yes. They are growing, and I am so excited about this. So you're familiar with Steamworks, just say yes, even if you aren't, because I know you live in Martin County, which is painful, but I know you live in Martin County. But Steamworks is on US 1, and the Crepe Place is out by me, Darwin Square area in the Walmart neighborhood plaza. So I'm excited. Now I'm going to get to hang out in one of Michael's establishments. So you have one west and east. There's no reason why we all shouldn't be drinking coffee blended by Michael, our good partner. All right, so that's a big announcement. Now I want to introduce my good friend. I was just talking before we started the show. We've known each other for over 20 years now. Before I worked at the Chamber, when you just started your business, you were childless. My child was tiny. But please welcome Brian Gardner, everybody. Brian has two companies. He has Level 4 Telecom, and he also has a Microtech Systems. One is computer-based. One is a voice over IP system, a telephone system company.
Yes, correct. So Microtech is our IT division. We do managed IT services. Level 4 Telecom is our hosted voice over IP side, which is internet-based phone systems. Today I'm here to talk about Level 4. Microtech is its own thing, and so Level 4 is going to be the star today. With Level 4, many years ago we did on-premise phone systems where you would come in and sell somebody a traditional phone system, the big box in the closet in the back. Every few years they get hit by lightning and people would be upset and have to buy a new one. Over time, the whole paradigm has changed and everything has kind of gone toward the internet. So we used to bid both types of systems, and over time we just stopped bidding the old school way of doing it because it didn't financially make sense for most people. So hosted voice over IP is basically a phone system and phone service as a monthly service. We come in, we install nice pretty phones on your desks and get everything connected and offer a whole suite of features, but there's nothing in the back closet anymore. You don't have the phone system to risk getting burned up if there's power surges and so forth. As part of our service, we replace your current phone bill, we replace any, like a lease payment you would have had with another vendor, and we put everything into one package. So we provide the technology, the dial tone, the long distance, the support, everything as part of your monthly phone bill. And those phone bills typically are around what you're paying now. Many cases it's less than what you're paying when you add everything up. So normally when we come in and do an eval of a client, it's kind of a no-brainer to switch over to us. So that's the technical side. The soft skill side is we have an awesome staff. We have awesome support. We are based in Stuart, so we're right here on the Treasure Coast. When you call in for support, you're not calling a call center in Minneapolis. You're dealing with the same technicians. You get to know them after a while. So it's a much different experience than if you're dealing with one of the larger competitors out there. So we pride ourselves. It's all about customer service. We're able to actually offer our service with no long-term contracts, which is like nobody does that. And we do that because we have such low attrition. We don't worry about trying to lock people into a 3 or 4 or 5 year contract. We can let people be on a month-to-month basis. Makes us have to earn our clients' business every month. If not, they'll leave. And we probably have a 3 to 4% attrition rate, which is like unheard of. And that's simply because mergers and acquisitions and things are out of our control. It's not people leaving because we don't do a good job. So
that is the most I've heard you talk in my entire life.
Well, it's the balance of coffee. I think I'm about 1 3/4 cups this morning, or sometimes it's either not enough or way too much.
I've never, literally, it really is. But yeah, you're right about the customer service, because Eric, I think, has been with you like pretty much since you started. I think I know his voice. And we've been with you since you started too, because your mother-in-law used to work for us at the chamber, for many years.
Fun fact: you want to tell them about your before AI and?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I used to be the voice for your voice over IP. I used to come in my free time. I always have a side hustle, right? Just like the rest of America. But Brian used to pay me to come in and do the voiceover when he first started the business. So when I would call other businesses in the area, I would get my own voice. Hello, welcome. Thank you for calling Elite Electric. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that's me. I remember that.
Teresa was very good at that, and then she got too famous, and we had to.
Well, I got busy. I didn't get too famous. I just got really busy. But yeah, I did. I used to be the voiceover. Sometimes, every now and then, but rarely, I still call someplace and I hear my own voice, like answering the phone for some random company that still has your voice over IP. But it's been a while. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Side gigs. Yeah. Everybody should have one. Oh, yeah. I still do.
I've got a couple myself.
Yeah.
Keeps me entertained.
I know.
So we have free flyers back there, and we have free pens and phones you can play with and make calls on and so forth. So feel free to check out some of the swag.
The swag, take your swag. All right, perfect. Well, thank you for being with us. Thank you for sponsoring. And just so you know, Brian has always been a really good supporter of our community and has sponsored something, at least 2-3 things for me every year since I've been with the chamber, and I really appreciate that. You've always been a good friend to me. So even during the pandemic, when you were a hermit, we still kept in touch. You would call me and say, Trissa, what's going on in the world, so I don't have to look at the news, and I would fill you in. So good. All right, well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Mayor Shannon Martin, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Council, and I am here with the one, the only mayor of this beautiful city, Shannon Martin, everybody. Welcome her appropriately. I love it when she does the show. Thank you for being with us.
Anytime. Happy to be here.
Good.
How's it going?
Good.
Did you have a nice weekend?
I did. It was a busy weekend. It was a whirlwind. I don't even remember what I did. Didn't we go to an event? Did we have an event? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Probably.
Thursday there was an event.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. An event this weekend. A lot of stuff going on. It's
Always.
Winter. I feel like the winter is packed full of stuff. Chock full of nuts.
Every weekend it seems like there's a gala or something going on.
So many galas. And I feel like they just call it a gala so they can raise the price.
You're not wrong about that.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got going on in the city?
Lots of things going on.
Okay.
Between parks, between infrastructure, you name it. But the most important thing that's going on right now is, if everyone's aware, we just had our Citizen Summit.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And why the Citizen Summit is so important is we get to show the public everything that's going on and get feedback. And so the second part of that is our community survey. So we have the national survey that is the scientifically valid survey that we utilize for benchmarking. But we also run that on our website. It's our community survey, and you can access it at cityofpsl.com/community survey. We want to hear from you. Your feedback is extremely important to the City Council, and this is how we plan for strategic planning and going into the next 5 years. So we do, of course, short-term and long-term goals as well. And so this is the time where we get that information and compile it all together and make sure that the national survey, that is the scientifically valid one, it usually mirrors the regular survey that we do. They're exactly the same.
They do? And do they come up with the same results, do you think?
Yeah, 98% of the time they mirror each other.
Is it usually like, give me a Cheesecake Factory and a Trader Joe's?
Yeah, of course. That's always the same.
Yeah.
But there's 120 questions on there. It's a long survey.
This is like the SATs. What is up with that?
Well, again, it just goes to the point that there are so many things happening that we have to address and maintain and operate and deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That there's lots of questions to be asked. And, you know, it even goes into, you know, the fire service as well. We ask you about how you feel about fire services. It's very, very comprehensive, especially since we have 2 members of the city council. I'm one of them that sit on the fire board.
Of course.
As an example. So we want to make sure that we go across the board and ask about our services and look at how we can
Are you
do better.
concentrating like on something specific, like the US 1 corridor, or is it just like in general?
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's
That's why there's
questions
120
on literally
questions.
everything.
Okay.
So yeah, it takes a little time, but it's important to get that feedback and
Okay.
and knowing that yes, it might take you some time, but you're giving back to the city and you're telling us your feelings and your thoughts and your wants and your needs, and it's really important because we're going to be going into strategic planning in April, and that's where we're going to take all of that information that we got from the Citizen Summit and our survey, and we compile it and we look at that, and we like I said, we make our plans for the future. So it's something that's really important for us to know about because we are very data driven here.
Yeah.
We don't make
Did
decisions.
you get an award for that?
Yes, we got the What Works City certification, silver award for through Bloomberg Harvard and the Johns Hopkins Center for Public Innovation.
Yeah.
For being a data-driven decision-making city, and actually through that process, there's a Smart Cities Expo in New York City in April, and I was asked to be a panelist and a speaker at that event because of the fact that we're so data-driven, and also how we're moving into using AI as well, and more technology to make decisions for the future.
Yeah,
So.
for traffic and stuff, are you doing some AI stuff?
Yeah, we'll be doing that for that. Right now, we're using it as well for looking at our events that we have in the city and seeing how many people are going to them, where they're going to and coming from when they go to the events.
Big Brother is watching.
Yeah, but we want to see, you know, and that helps us see what's important.
It is.
And making sure that if we're putting on events, that we actually have attendees. We're not having an event and only a few people show up, and then we're wasting time, energy, and resources on events that really don't matter.
You know, it's funny because people do complain about Big Brother watching, but it does improve your lives. I really don't. I'm not upset about it because it does improve, you know. Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
So don't be mad. Why do you care if, you know.
Right.
If they know where you're going, if it's going to make getting there.
No one should be upset
easier.
because your cell phone is a tracker. And everyone has them, and no one seems to mind that their cell phone's a tracker.
My calendar's online.
right.
I'm not really worried about
and
it.
that's
Not
what
hard to find.
It uses cell phone data. So, I mean, Big Brother's upon us every day.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. So one of the coolest things that we did recently is, if everyone remembers, or maybe you don't remember, but so we used to have an old skate park in Whispering Pines Park.
We did?
And back in 2010, when I first got on the council, it got shut down. It was old and dilapidated. And it sat there for many years. And of course, we're building skate parks in tradition. We're going to have the first of its kind in the world adaptive all-wheel park. We're going to be building a skate park in Torino. But what was so great about this story is that it happened so organically. So we had a bunch of people in the community, and they decided to go out there and start roller skating. And it had a lot of cracks in it, and it had a lot of issues. So it was at their own risk, of course. But then they said, hey, why don't we go to talk to the mayor and see if we can get the lights turned on, just so we can skate like between 5 and 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. So they came in and met with me in Parks and Rec. And Brad Keene and I also went out there and took a look at it. And I said, how much would it cost just to, you know, resurface this? And it was not a lot. It was only about $80,000. And I said, how great would this be? Because they had videos, and every week it went from 20 to 40 to 60 to 80 to 100 people twice a week. And I'm talking adults, kids, you name it, everybody. So they organically started growing this, and yep, we repaved it, and we had the grand reopening of Skate City, and it was an amazing event. There were hundreds of people out there skating. Like I said, young and old.
I think I saw footage. Did I see you out there
Yeah,
skating?
and, yep, I put my rollerblades on.
I thought I saw
was a
you
little
out there.
nervous, but it was just like riding a bike.
It was?
Yeah,
I'm
it
too
really
old.
was. I put my rollerblades on.
Reflexes are not there.
But again, what was so great is that the community came to us for this, and it was organic, and it builds community. They had a DJ out there all the time, and people are just skating to the music, getting to know each other and having a great time. So
I love it.
I loved it. And we have a Love Your Block party out there, a skate party.
Are they going to have a regular skate party or no?
They're out there. The St. Lucie Skater Group is out there every Wednesday and Sunday, and they bring a DJ.
I love
and
it.
they have well over 100 people out there skating. But it's open now, so you can,
I
for
used to
anyone
love
who
to
wants to
skate.
go out.
I
Yeah.
did,
Me
but
too. Yeah,
it's an accident waiting to happen.
yeah.
It's a lot of insurance claim.
You'd be fine. I think you play pickleball. You're
do,
flexible.
but there's no wheels involved. Wheels are the arch enemy.
I was a little nervous too. I have a bad back, as you know. But,
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah.
well, when they asked me, how do I say no?
Yeah,
If
but
the
you
citizens
have a
asked me
real-
to put on rollerblades.
Yeah, but you have a real bad back. That's dangerous. You didn't have a helmet on.
There's no helmet law in Florida.
I'm throwing a flag. I'm throwing a flag.
That's it.
You did not have a helmet. So I told you I went skating with my granddaughter and
Yeah.
I fell and I was on the ground before I even realized I fell. I didn't even know it was happening and I was on the ground.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think you'd be all right. Maybe we'll get you out there one day.
I love the idea. I do want to do it because
Yeah.
I used to love to roller skate. I mean, I'm a child of the 80s. That was my jam.
Me too. I used to after school every day.
Yeah. Friday night, Saturday night. Big old comb in my back pocket. Loved it.
To come through that big hairsprayed hair. you
Oh,
had.
the Aquanet was
Yeah,
living large.
that's right. So, but yeah, so as you can see, we have lots, like I said, lots of projects, infrastructure is happening. Third phase of Floresta
Yep.
is starting, right?
All
And
right.
we have many projects in design. For anyone who thinks and you read social media and think that, oh, there's no planning going on, we have projects planned through the year 2050. Infrastructure,
Yep.
leveraging every single resource we have to make sure we get that in. We're not going to talk about Port St. Lucie Boulevard South.
So now I sit on the TPO with the mayor because now I'm on the school board, as many of you know, and I was assigned the TPO, which is the Transportation Planning Organization. And on my very first day, they made me vice chair, which I'm not sure that in hindsight they they should have done that.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, but we got all fired up the other day, didn't
Well, yes, because Port St. Lucie Boulevard South is taking way too long, and everyone's tired of it, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And
The mayor got all fired up, and then I got all fired up.
everyone got fired up, which
Then
was
we all
nice.
got, we stirred the pot.
Yeah, we did.
I know.
And we're gonna
Because
have-
everybody yells at her about it, right? Like it's her fault.
I wish I could control it.
I know it.
But
We'll see what
DOT.
happens.
Well, it's going to get done sooner or later.
I feel like we're going to yell at people, and then nothing's going to happen.
Well, we yelled
But
at them.
yelling at them is going to feel real good.
We yelled at them in October,
Yeah.
but we got to keep holding them accountable. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll feel better about it after we yell a little.
Yeah. So we got lots of things in design. We have California widening in design, St. Lucie West in design right now. Intersections of, oh boy, Savona and Gatlin in design. Intersection of Village and Tradition Parkway in design. Road repaving happening. Tons of that happening. As you can see out in the
Yeah.
western area, Savona and Parr, Darwin's going to get done.
My parents' road just got redone. They're super happy about it.
Yep, lots of neighborhoods getting done. So there's a lot to maintain. We have 1,877 lane miles of roads to maintain. So that's Port St. Lucie to Nova Scotia, Canada, in terms of what that looks like in distance, which is huge.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to touch on too is, a lot of people have been mentioning about traffic, right? And so as you know, the PD has stepped up their enforcement considerably. on all of our major roads. They're going to continue doing that to get the bad actors, as many as they possibly can.
And their shaming efforts.
Yes, and but going back to the data, so I've seen a lot of comments and people talk about, oh, there's so many more traffic crashes now. Oh,
Are there?
there's so, well, that's the perception, right?
Okay.
So going back to the data, I went and talked to the chief and asked my assistant Brandon to get the data from 23 to 24. Well, in 2023, in the city, we had 5,671 traffic crashes citywide. In 2024, excuse me, we had 5,674. That's a difference of 3 year to year.
And how many more residents?
So, well, in 23 to 24, we had 14,000 residents move to the city, right? And in the last 4 years, we had 49,108. But last year to 2023, only 3 additional traffic crashes. Traffic fatalities stayed the same at 10 each year. And our citywide traffic citations are over 54,000 now. So they're out there.
And not one to me. Knock on wood.
Yes, thank goodness. So the PD's out there. They'll continue to do everything that they possibly can with all the resources we have, but we are not seeing a steady increase in any traffic fatalities or crashes, even though we've had so many more people move here, which is great.
Good.
Jobs corridor, we only have now about 105 acres left, so that's great news. We have the corner of Village and Becker out for RFP right now. That's the city commercial piece.
Okay.
So that's out for RFP. So
Which corner? The east?
Yes,
Okay.
the east corner, the southeast corner.
Yep.
So that's out for RFP. That should be coming back soon.
Perfect.
We're still working on a development for Walton and 1. And hopefully in the next month or so, I'm hoping that finally comes through for council decision making.
Very nice.
Yep. So we have a lot of things.
Good.
Yeah. Construction plans are in for the restaurant at the port.
Everybody's excited about that, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to start slow with like a food truck. Yeah?
I don't know what's going on if there's a food truck coming or not.
Okay.
But I know the construction plans are in.
Good.
So I mean, the way it was built was for a food truck area to be able to be utilized, but.
My niece brought her son over the holidays-ish area, New Year's Eve, and I finally went to the playground because my kids are grown, so I haven't gone yet. And that playground,
It's amazing, right?
yeah.
How many people have been to Pioneer?
But my kids are grown, so I hadn't gone to the playground, right? Why would I?
Right.
But I'm telling you, and my niece was incredibly impressed with it. That playground is amazing. It is big city worthy playground.
That's
State of the art.
That was the point, and Tradition in Torino will be as well. We
Loved
just
it.
Approved the final concept plan for Torino in the last 2 weeks, so that's moving ahead. Groundbreaking is going to be December of this year. Staff is trying to push it off and make it in 2026, and I said, we are groundbreaking that park this year. That's going to happen. So it'll be at the end of the year. Stars and Stripes.
Yep.
I know.
I've seen some stars and some stripes.
Oh, yeah. So they're saying May. So
Okay.
hopefully by May, that'll be open.
All
And we're
right.
going to do an evening grand opening because we want it to be a
The
little bit
lights.
dusk so you see the light
Yeah.
reflecting on all the beautiful art pieces out there. So that's going to be awesome.
Very good. Because I finally know where it's at because I've seen some of the stars and stripes are up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So Tradition Regional's underway.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And the
doing
heart
good.
looks fairly
The
finished.
heart is getting very close. Yes.
Fairly finished.
Yes. I met with Madame last week, and they're saying around May too.
Okay.
So they miss Valentine's Day, but it's all
They
right.
definitely miss Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. So that'll be exciting when that's done.
people are either looking forward to it or really not. But it is fairly finished.
we're going to be very positive. It's a great thing for our community, and we're going to celebrate it, celebrate it, celebrate it.
Yeah.
And no one is going to get blinded by the heart.
No, it's very shiny.
So, all right, what else? What else can I talk about?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, you covered so much.
I know. I try to cover as much
This
as
is our March
possible.
show, so happy St. Patty's Day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a St. Patty's Day celebration for the city? Do we do
Yes.
anything? Fill in the flavor here.
It's during spring break. It's the Saturday
Yeah.
in spring break. It's going to be a little different this year.
Yeah?
Yeah. Special Events is doing, and they're going to do, it's going to be more like Highland games
Oh.
and like the axe throwing, like really with the...
Lean in.
Yeah.
I love
like
it.
It's not going to be the same old, just show up and ride rides and walk around and vendor stuff. It's going to be a lot more geared toward Irish food, Irish festivals. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got changed up.
Very good.
We have a new special events person, Nan, and so
I
the
didn't know
challenge
that.
is, hey, let's change up some of our events. Let's find a way to make them better, make them
mix it up.
different, spice it up a little bit. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, our Youth of the Year.
Our Youth of the Year,
I like it.
Enrique.
Okay.
Yes. So Enrique, this is the second time he's won Youth of the Year.
Yep. Sean Mitchell's here from Boys and Girls Club.
Yep, for Boys and Girls Club. And he is an amazing young man with an amazing story. And
What club is he from, Sean?
Yep,
The Ken Pruitt
Pruitt.
Club?
Uh-huh. And what's even greater is he's on our youth council.
Oh.
So he's Youth of the Year, and he's been on our youth council for the last 2 years. So he's really awesome.
Good.
So, and he'll be coming to council, and right soon.
Because he has to practice because he's going to state.
Yep, he has to practice. Yep. So I don't know. Our annual report is out, the city's annual report, so you can see how we're doing. Everyone can go online and see how well we did over the last year. And lots of new businesses in Port St. Lucie.
So many new
So
businesses.
many. And I have a newsletter and I report on all of our new businesses because a lot of people ask me about the new businesses coming to town. We want to make sure that we're supporting. Oh, and the other new thing that I started this year is because I go out and talk to a lot of big groups a lot.
Yeah.
So I really wanted an opportunity to do like little coffees and also support our small businesses. So I started in January, Mornings with Mayor Martin. It's the last Wednesday of the month at 9 o'clock. And what I've done is I pick a different local small business cafe or coffee shop and just trying to meet residents at the coffee shop and just sit down and have a conversation. I started out at Steamworks
Of
for my
course you
first one
did.
in January. So
And now
thanks
you can
so
go
much.
west with the crepe place.
I know. So I started out east, and I'm making my way west because a lot of people say, oh, everything's out west. You do everything out west. Well, I want to change it up and give the east love. And so started out that way. And we worked my way across the entire city.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's very good. All right. Couple other things I want to remind everybody that's at 9 a.m. now for this.
Yep.
Yes. And what else? I think there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. Full list of events on your website, cityofpsl.com.
Yeah. This weekend was Fam Fest. It's food, arts, and music. It's at Whispering Pines Park, I believe,
No,
on Saturday.
it's going to be over. This March show.
Oh, okay. Well, for everyone in the audience.
There you go. The rest of you missed it. You should have come
Fam Fest
down.
is this
Yeah,
weekend.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry? That was a
Okay.
lot of silence for you watching at home. Again, why you should come down here. But the 15th of March, Botanical Gardens is celebrating something else, she said.
15th anniversary for the Botanical Gardens on March 15th.
Okay, very good. And while you're there, head over to the new museum.
Yes, head over to our Historical Society Museum. It is amazing. If you have not been there, you need to go see it and spend some time, spend a couple hours reading and learning about Port St. Lucie history.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then I want to remind everybody, All Things Treasure Coast is a searchable website where you can find any event in all 4 counties, and you can also post your events for free for all 4 counties. So we're trying to make a move to get everybody to use that website so there's only one place to look. Because what we're finding is January and February, everybody's throwing events and we're all bumping into one another. So if we all use that website, we can try to schedule around it. Because I'm happy to schedule around other people's events, but I have to know about it. Yeah.
It's like the first of the year and then the end of the year.
I try to do
That's
a
what
lot in the
happens.
summer, but
Everything
I can't
gets
do
packed in.
everything in the summer. I got to
Because it's too hot in the summer. No one wants to do anything in the summer.
I make you golf in my golf tournament in the summer. I know it's miserable, but I can't because everybody else is doing it. And I'm not, the chamber's businesses. We're not puppies or kids, so I got to.
Yeah, you got to hustle a little bit.
Yeah, I got to do it in the summer. I've been relegated to the summer. I know my place. It's the summer. So, all right, we're going to take some questions, but we're going to do it after we close out the show.
Oh, wait, one more.
Oh, okay.
Blue Jean Ball, Humane Society. Blue Jean Ball, you just
Yes.
reminded me with the puppies and the kids.
Yes, yes.
Is at Mid-Florida Event Center. It is our biggest fundraiser of the year to support our shelter. March
coming.
1st, Mid-Florida Event Center. You can go on the Humane Society website if you
And
want
when
to
you see
attend.
the show, if you haven't already bought your tickets, you're in trouble. It's probably sold out, too.
Right.
But I bought my ticket.
For everyone here.
Yeah. All right, very good.
Okay.
With that, I want to thank Steamworks, of course, and my good friend Brian from Microtech Level 4 Telecom, because that's what he talked about today. Of course, the staff here at the city, Gus, is always putting, Gus has been with us for a long time now, right?
Gus is amazing. We couldn't do it without Gus.
I know. And look at this audience. We had full tables today. So thank all of you for coming and all of you for remembering it was 9 a.m., except for me. And of course, the mayor, Shannon Martin. With that, thank you for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day.